Yo, 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 what's up everyone? Alright, so here are your tarot scopes for the full moon in Sagittarius. These can be used for your sun, moon, and rising, so be sure to listen to all three of your signs. As usual, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and please never, never, ever force anything regarding your guys' unique situations. Whereas, these energies can either be coming directly from you, happening to you, or involve someone you're dealing with, and may switch upon any given instance. So apply the energy to the corresponding individual. Also, please be open-minded to hearing and receiving every message. However, do not allow such messages to hinder you or cause any apprehension from following your own unique intuition, truth, and inner guide. Before we get into the potentialities of each zodiac sign, please allow me to provide you with some background astrological information surrounding this full moon. So this May 29, 2018 full moon in Sagittarius falls at 8 degrees Sagittarius, which creates a very competitive environment for the next 2 weeks or until June 13th. Due to its polarities, you can expect strong opposition if you enter a contest, bringing about a militant axis, which generally means winner takes all. This full moon has the potential to make you tough, courageous, possess mental alertness and strategic abilities. But be careful with being a daredevil, belligerent, and confrontational. In addition, this full moon can bring popularity, broad-mindedness, philosophical, science, and metaphysical interests, change in religious and or spiritual beliefs, influential friends, great power, wealth, and honor. The following aspects are present surrounding this full moon. Moon sextile Mars brings about a passionate enthusiasm to work and play. Success and popularity results from a warm attractiveness, which also makes this time ideal for pursuing your stronger than usual desires for intimacy. Bravery comes naturally now, so you could satisfy an inner primal need by fighting for a worthy cause for you, your family, or your clan. Moon semi-sextile Saturn, which creates a difficult balancing act between ego gratification and heavy feelings of responsibility. Saturn will make you think twice before taking daring risks, but patience and self-discipline is not guaranteed. Reservation and maturity are easily swayed by the strong influence of Mars and several fixed stars. Sun quincunx Saturn means that you could swing between sober maturity and reckless regard. All in all, guys, Mars will urge you to go on the defense and take what you want, regardless of the consequences. So it is important to listen to the wise words of elders, respect your traditions, and learn from history. You can also expect strong opposition if you enter a contest. Winners have a lot to gain from this full moon, but losers will pay a high price. So if you start a fight, you should be confident, self-reliant, and realistic about your chances of success. It is strongly advised during this time to use your increased emotional strength and intuition to overcome any challenges that may be present during this time. Don't forget to check the comment section for available timestamps, and always remember that God will be with you in and throughout every single lesson, trial, and tribulation. However, in the end, it is ultimately your decision to allow His involvement, guys. Okay. Oh my Lord, that was a mouthful. So, let's see what this full moon in Sagittarius may have in store for you. Aries, my zodiac child, righty? So I can see that during this time, Aries, you are making decisions, and I'm feeling as though that these decisions are around, or they have to do with the way that the world, people, your situations, person, places, or things view who you are and how you operate. I'm kind of picking up here that maybe Aries, you've recently kind of realized or have come into contact with, or have just, realized that the way that you conduct yourself needs some adjustment or some change or just general adjustment, but I feel as though that it's more like, okay, Aries, you still don't give a shit what people think or say about you, and that's okay. That's one of the emblematic aspects of your sign, But I'm just feeling as though that these changes may have kind of come about, or may come about your own or through your own viewpoint of who you believe and think that you are, you know? The only thing that I can really say is maybe Aries, during this time, maybe this is great. Don't get me wrong. These changes that you're making are great, Aries. And it shows growth. It shows maturity. It shows determination in you. Because one of the hardest things, Aries, is, you know, and everyone knows this, one of the toughest things in this world, okay? I don't even want to say accomplishing because we don't ever accomplish it, but one of the toughest things in this world, Aries, is to work on yourself or ourselves, you know? It's pretty damn hard. It's freaking crazy. Anyway, like I said, this shows maturity and this shows greatness, you know, and strength in who you are. All I can really say is that during this time, these changes that you're making are going to be great in the long run, you know? But just be careful, Aries, with like being maybe too sure or maybe too confident in accomplishing, right? I'm putting quotes up, little air quotes, accomplishing these changes. The reason why I'm saying that is because we may come into contact with situations where we thought we have changed them, or we thought that we have worked on those areas, and they may come back up and they may present themselves, you know, during, I don't know, extreme emotional situations like anger, sadness, you know, regret, all of those horrible 3D damn emotions. But when they come back up, if and when they come back up, don't look at yourself as a failure. Don't look at yourself as like, don't start the, oh, I'm stupid, you're dumb, why did you do that? Why did you say that? I thought we changed that. What the hell? Don't do all of that. Like, don't. Change is a process, you know, and you've already achieved the first step, which is awareness. But just be gentle on yourself during this time. And you always want, Aries, to make changes during, okay, look, this is kind of like, I don't know, like, what would you call it? I don't want to call it a double-edged sword, but maybe it's like a double entendre or something. When we make changes, Aries, you know, it's usually when we make that decision to change, whatever it may be, it's usually during a time when a situation is stressful or when a situation presents itself that is unfavorable, you know? So we make those changes usually during that time. And they're successful, you know? But let's just be mindful of when these, or in me saying this, Aries, when we make these changes, if and when, you know, these situations come up where you may have backtracked or reneged on those changes and they come out, do not beat yourself up for it, because then what's going to happen, Aries, is subconsciously and psychologically, you're going to view them as inappropriate or bad. And then in the future, moving forward, you are going to think of them or understand them as being negative regarding the changes. So you may move forward with them in mind of being negative, or like you couldn't accomplish it the first time, so therefore it's looked upon as bad, you know? And then you may move forward with that in the back of your mind. And then when future issues, if and when they arise, that regard change, you may look at them as well as being negative. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you do. Let's not do that, you know? Let's just be careful and just be mindful of how we treat ourselves during this time. But I can't see that these changes are going to be great, because people are going to understand you. You're going to understand yourself more. And I'm feeling as though that you are kind of tired of people not understanding who you are, you know? And you're also realizing that through these unfavorable moments, you're also not understanding yourself or understand the reasons why you're doing some of the things that you're doing, you know? But all in all, Aries, it looks really good. It looks nice. Yeah, I think you're good. Just be mindful of the background chatter during this time, Aries. And yeah, I think that's all I'm getting for you here. But yeah, all right, Aries, be good. And remember, don't beat yourself up during this time. All right, I'll see you. Taurus, the bull. All right, Taurus, during this time, I feel as though that your environment or maybe your situations, you know, that in which, you know, you consider your home, even work, you know, just all around areas that you dwell or are involved in, you know. The communication may be kind of a little erratic during this time, maybe a little crazy during this time. Words may, I just feel like, Taurus, words are very strong during this time, and the intention behind these words are very strong as well. And since this is, you know, this reading is for you specifically, I don't want you to believe or think that it's all on you, you know? But okay, yeah, I just feel, Taurus, that, like I said, these words are very strong right now. The communication is very harsh, maybe very tough right now. And I'm also picking up that, don't forget, you know, that people or situations as to which you challenge or that you, I just got feed into, are a direct mirror, you know, to yourself. They mirror back to you. You know, Taurus, normally, we disapprove or disregard or don't like certain qualities in other people because they are a reflection of what we don't like or approve of in ourselves, you know. So I just felt the need to have to tell you that right now. At least that's what I'm channeling for you. See, even my communication is a little weird and off right now, but I'm just feeling like feelings may be hurt around this time, or they may get hurt. Your feelings may be hurt. You may hurt other people's feelings, just general feelings, you know. And I'm feeling, okay, I also just picked up that maybe you or other people may not be the bigger person and take the higher road, you know. And I believe, Taurus, that during this time, there's going to be a difficult balance in between speaking your truth appropriately and or walking away from situations as to which do not serve you or that you find are not worth your time or that are petty, you know. So it's going to be tough because during this time, I just feel like you may need to take that higher road a lot more than other people, but always remember to speak your truth, you know, because you don't want to walk away from the situation or leave the situation, Taurus, with not speaking your truth. Because then if you leave with not doing that, it's going to build up inside you. It's going to dwell within you. And then if and when a situation arises that is similar to that one with the same person, situation, person, place, or thing or not, you may react a little bit more beratingly. That's a word. You may come off a little bit more frustrated, or frustration that is building up inside you due to the prior circumstance, you know, may come out a little bit rough. And therefore, we don't want to keep that cycle, you know, of not speaking our truth, but walking away and then holding it in. And then reaching another circumstance that is sort of like that, and then not saying what we really want. And then that cycle continues in upon every given instance or circumstance, the frustration's going to build up more and more. And we don't want that to happen, because then, you know, there's always going to be that damn big blow up. But I'm just feeling like you may need to, just like I said, walk away from certain situations, but still speak your truth, you know. Say what you need to say and then just walk away, you know, but make sure we do it appropriately so it is absorbed and not ignored from or to the other person, place, or thing. I'm also just picked up for you, Taurus, right here as the last little message. During this time, be very, but just be receptive or open to the receptivity of hearing out other people regarding their opinion of you. Now, we don't have to necessarily take every single one into consideration and apply it to our lives, and then therefore we end up kind of compromising ourselves in the long run when we thought we were trying to learn, you know. Then it's going to be viewed upon as negative, and that's not, they're just all bad cycles, and then the not speaking our truth is going to come out, and then that's going to build up. Everything we just discussed, it's all going to be encompassing. So let's just not do that, you know? let's just be open to hearing it. And if it sounds like it is plausible, and if, okay, I just picked up for you, Taurus, when you do hear these opinions, pay attention to how you react to certain situations that are of the like in the future, you know, and then if you can see that you are doing this or whatever it is that this opinion was, that if you feel like you are embodying that and exhibiting that, then, you know, you can see that you are doing it unconsciously and therefore apply those changes, you know, to who you are. All right, Taurus, stay focused on that. Be careful with the communication and with the feelings becoming hurt. And be careful with compromising yourself during this time. I'm really picking that up for you, Taurus. All right, Taurus, we'll see you. Gemini, my twins. Okay, I just picked up, Gemini, right now that, like, there's something going on during this cycle or during this time where you are conforming to emotional hurt. Now, let me explain that because it kind of sounded very vague. I'm feeling like through your situations and circumstances, your feelings may be kind of becoming hurt during this time. And you are kind of maybe conforming to how you feel, right? Okay, that's what it is. You're conforming right now, Gemini, more to how you feel, which is not a problem, you know, but when this conforming is negatively done, or when it is done, when this conforming is acted out by you and embodied by you or from you upon negative aspects, then therefore you compromise yourself during this time. You understand? I hope you understand what I'm saying. You know, you don't want to take in or embody negative things that maybe necessarily don't have anything to do with you or that aren't true, and then try and change them regarding who you are and how you carry yourself. And then you feel compromised because you know deep down inside and subconsciously that it isn't true. So I'm just feeling, Gemini, that just be careful this time with your feelings. It's okay. I'm glad to see that you are embodying and you are coming from a place of emotional, or with an emotional foundation, and that's okay, you know? But Gemini, I think that because maybe you may be, or for some of you, maybe inexperienced within this realm of, you know, coming from an emotional place instead, coming more from the heart than from the mind, you know, the processes as to which adjustment comes from those areas may be a little bit, you know, premature. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is all a learning process, and we never completely know who the hell we are. You know what I mean? But it's just, be careful this time, or be mindful, Gemini, of applying to your life certain morals and ethics that go against those morals and ethics that you truly know are your own, you know, for maybe the happiness of other people during this time. I'm seeing that there's a lot of, or maybe there's quite a bit of heartbreak during this time. You know, I feel, Gemini, that this is a critical time in your life, because I feel like you are learning a lot about your emotions. You're learning a lot about what you will and will not emotionally accept. You know, not just from yourself, but from other people, from other situations, your job, person, places, and every damn thing, you know? Just be sure, Gemini, that I just picked up right now, be careful with who you give the key to your heart to, or who you allow to, who you allow to make copies of that key as well. Be careful with, be careful with people who appear to be extremely nice, or extremely, people, be careful with people who appear, you know, aesthetically on the outside to be nice and comforting and joyous, and, you know, just be careful with that. It's okay to see the best in people, and some people really are, but let's just be careful with that, and then they're not the same inside. You know, it's like the beautiful girl with the ugly attitude, you know, like that kind of thing. So just be careful with that. Be careful with people like that. But I am glad to see that you are starting to approach situations and come from, you know, or just approach overall everyday situations from an emotional standpoint. I'm glad to see that. It's great. But like I said, or like what was mentioned, was because of maybe this is something new from you, coming from an emotional standpoint, that it may be premature in the delegation of that. And through the delegation, applying or adjusting our morals and ethics because of it, all of that may be a little bit, you know, premature. So we have to be careful with, you know, let's not run fully with it and just, you know, jump right into the damn pool, you know, instead of dipping our toe in at first, you know. Yeah, Gemini, that's kind of what I'm getting for you. Just know that and that I can see that you are on a quest to understand your emotions right now. Let's just be careful with who we dwell with and who we communicate with, and let's just be sure that their approach and that their heart is or has pure and honest intention, not just for yourself or to you or for you, but for everyone else that they or you guys deal with. Also, Gemini, just picked up for you as a last little message. Be mindful of how people that you deal with speak about other people when they're not around, because they may speak of you like that when you're not around, you know? All right, Gemini. You be good, okay? And you got this. Just maybe before you speak during this time, maybe just take a few seconds to kind of, you know, look at the situation and say, what I'm about to say or do, is it going to make it worse, or is it going to make it, you know, is it going to make it better than it was or better than I found it? All right, Gemini, we'll see you. Cancer, Cancer, the crab. All right, Cancer, perception is your word or your keyword during this time or during this moon cycle. Cancer, I'm feeling as though that there's a real disregard for or in confronting your or other people's or both emotional dispositions. I'm feeling, Cancer, that it's more of yourself. Kind of there's an apprehension in confronting, you know, how you feel about certain things, not wanting to say certain things, just not wanting to look at the roots or the beginnings, more of the roots though, of your emotional reality. That's what I just came up with right now. Well, it's crazy. Yeah, I feel like Cancer, because if we don't understand why and what we do, we're going to exhibit that confusion or that frustration out unconsciously and subconsciously to our social circles, our work, to other persons, places, or things, you know? And then therefore, it's going to then, or from these people, places, and things, they're going to react to us in a certain manner, in a certain way, which leads to then further confusion. But now it's not confusion on your end, it's confusion on their end. You see what I mean? There's something here, Cancer, with non-committal situations in an emotional, or with an emotional aspect attached to it. And I'm just feeling like you are creating, or maybe you are, creating, that's what I'm getting. You're creating situations that are unfavorable, you know? And I'm feeling like with other people, you know, and I'm not saying here, Cancer, you know, I don't point the finger, you know, because I just don't do that. That's not what I'm about. But it's just, Whenever I see the 10 of Cups in the center of your, spread here, the 10 of Tides, same thing. When it's in reverse, it just means, to me, what I get is non-emotional committal situations. And whenever I see a 10 with either the 10 of Cups or the 10 of Pentacles, I tend to associate the 10s with another person or a family or with someone other than yourself, or let me say this, someone in addition to yourself. So with me saying that, that's what I'm saying, how I feel it's like creating those situations, Cancer, regarding emotion that lead to more of an emotional discontent. And therefore, the actions of yourself and other people end up becoming altered during that time or that situation. So therefore, then there's a real disregard in wanting to confront what it is. And I'm just feeling like it's bringing a lot of confusion. And the second party, Cancer, doesn't know how to then approach you because they are unaware of your own unique individualistic confusion. I hope it's making sense. Just, Cancer, be careful how you emotionally express yourself during this time. That's what I'm just really feeling. And be careful with, because of you maybe not understanding your emotional standpoint during this time, I feel like it's going to play out in your actions as well, in a negative way or in an unfavorable type of manner. So you may then create issues or problems or circumstances or situations that are, or that you unapprove of, even for yourself. And you just may kind of further exacerbate these circumstances or issues, not just for yourself, but for other individuals as well, but more for yourself, because then it leads to the confusion, Cancer. That's what I'm just trying to say. Like, there's emotional confusion during this time. That's just what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with that, Cancer. You're learning. You've been on this quest or this journey for a bit regarding, understanding why you do the things that you do and why you say the things that you say. I'm not saying that they're all wrong. I'm just saying that you're learning a lot about the emotion and why and where you come from, what type of standpoint you come from. And honestly, Cancer, I just picked up, you're on this emotional adjustment or quest or understanding because it's come time for you to learn, Cancer. Sometimes you don't have to get so involved, in certain situations. So whatever this lesson that God, you, the universe, spirit is trying to teach you is through how our involvement can be to a detriment at times, even though the standpoint was great and benign regarding your end. That's just what I'm getting and picking up for you, Cancer, during this time. All right, Cancer, remember, keep the goal in mind, and let's look at situations as what can I learn from this situation, not what the situation has presented to you that is considered to be unfavorable on your end. We always want to look at situations like, okay, what can I learn from it? Not what happened, All right, Cancer, be good. We'll see you, and stay focused on this emotional standpoint. And you're still implementing that damn fire in your sign. I said this back in October, and I'm going to say it again. You're almost there. You can do it. Keep good and high spirits. And yeah, you're almost there. Keep your head up, all right? We'll see you. Leo, the lion. Okay. I just want to mention to you, Leo, and I'm not, singling your guys' sign out. I'm just mentioning to you that you guys are the only sign for this series that has 3 major arcanas here. And I feel, Leo, that there's an extreme importance due to the 3 major arcana in 2 separate decks. And they're very similar too, like, not just by the archetype of the card, but even the colors, with Justice and the Hierophant here. There's a very important lesson here, Leo, or there's an important bit of information as to who this resonates with. And I'm feeling, Leo, that there's something here that has to do with your idea, opinion, or perception of, I just picked up the legal system, you know, for some of you, but I mean, that's not what I was going for, but whatever. So I'm just getting what I'm getting. But yeah, okay, let me start over, Leo. Yes, the legal system, if that resonates with some of you. But I'm feeling like there is, like I said, the perception, the understanding, the notion of what, of your understanding of what fair is. And also, regarding what is fair, you know, your opinion on or viewpoint of what is fair, I feel as though that there's something here too that has to do with how you go about situations that you feel are unfair or unfavorable. And I'm feeling like it may be, or may turn out to be, not in your best interest regarding your motives or regarding your actions, you know, from things being unfair. And I'm feeling as though that you put yourself, Leo, maybe during this time, in certain situations that you cannot maybe get out of, I'm feeling. And there's something here that has to do with not learning your lesson because of this. Okay, it's like a double-edged sword, Leo, because it's like, I'm feeling like this. Now, I'm not saying what happens to you, you deserve. That's not what I'm saying. I just want to say that. But what I'm saying is the situations that you may find yourself in that are unfavorable for you, or that turn out to be unfavorable, you're kind of meant to experience that or have those experiences during this time, because there's a lesson here for you, I feel, that has something to do with learning your lesson. That was a lot of words, but that has to do with not learning your lesson. I'm sorry, Leo. So certain situations that you put yourself in or you find yourself in that you consider to be unfavorable or work against you has to do with, are we not learning our lesson? That's the question, I feel. And you're having a redo of these experiences, I feel. They may not be with the same person or the same situations, but they'll have the same theme with it. Not understanding, but the same theme or the same, same theme of different situations, but they have the same idea attached to it, which is kind of maybe not learning your lesson or not. There's something here like you're not understanding the roots of it, or where it comes from. And I just picked up too, your perception of it has a lot to do with it, which is, our perception is our reality based on everything. That's just how this 3D world is, Well, that's just how it is at all times. But I don't want to veer off, but yes, there has something, like I said, something to do with, it's Leo, it's like, I feel like your intention is good, like if you feel like someone did you wrong, of course, you want to correct that, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I just picked up, there's nothing wrong with having integrity, but there's something wrong about having not understanding why you have the integrity that you have, like, if we don't understand why we have or why we do something, therefore we're not going to understand our actions because of it. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Just review what's going on during this time, Leo, regarding how or what type of situations you are left in or come from your actions, and for who this resonates with, just know that maybe, okay, I just picked up for who this resonates with. Look at your sources. Look at the types of people that are surrounding those types of environments. And you may get your answer like that, I'm feeling. I'm also picking up too with the Justice card, how like the blade is clear. I'm kind of looking at, or I'm picking up, look beyond communication, you know, like look beyond what, I mean, pay attention to it, yes, but look beyond what people say, Leo, and look more at, or pay more attention to what they really mean, what's in their heart. So look past the words, you know, because I'm going to leave you with this, Leo, and think about it, okay? It's a shame to go through life believing that people are the sum total of what you merely see on the outside. All right, Leo, we'll see you. Viggity, viggity, Virgo, right? Virgo, during this time, there's something here that has to do with confusion in how to emotionally balance yourself, or how to emotionally approach situations so that the outcome is balanced. Something like that. Let's see, Virgo. 1 second. Okay. All right, Virgo. I'm kind of getting here to that. Certain things, Virgo, that okay, wow, that's weird. Certain things that you choose, you know, about how you go about making decisions. You know, I feel like you maybe don't understand why you do or make those types of decisions. Now, I'm not saying that they're bad or that they put you in horrible situations. What I'm saying here, or what I'm trying to convey, is that you may find yourself kind of emotionally confused upon certain outcomes, you know, regarding your decisions. And I don't necessarily think that it's bad, Virgo, right now, you know, but I feel like it leads you, or it puts you in that headspace, or upon the precipice of confusion. And when you're confused, Virgo, you're not, okay, I mean, I don't want to say that you know, you are, you're one of the smartest signs, but, you know, Mercury in Virgo, if you have that, is, you know, it's exalted there. I mean, everything has its polarity points, you know, but I'm just saying, yeah, Virgo, it's like, sometimes when you're confused, you tend to get frustrated, or you tend to view it, or while you're in that moment of confusion, you tend to kind of not understand why, you become frustrated when you are confused. And even my words are confusing right now, that I'm picking up on the energy. But yeah, this is all here, Virgo, or happening to you during this time, whatever these situations or circumstances may be. You are going to have an emotional understanding or adjustment to them. I just picked up too, Virgo, when good things happen, or when good things are presented to you, don't look at the other person as kind of like, well, why do you want to give it to me? Well, what are your intentions? Like, let's not look at it as being negative, you know? I mean, it's okay to be a little bit, you know, concerning, you know, regarding your safety and all that, you know, or their intention. But okay, yeah. So we need to be careful with that and not looking at it as negative. But then, Virgo, someone that offers something to us, if we are then put in the space or in the headspace of questioning their motive behind it, maybe we shouldn't be around those people then. Because that means, Virgo, or there's an aspect to that type of scenario where you secretly or unconsciously don't trust them. And you need to look at that, you know? And I feel like maybe that's what's leading to the confusion, is how to emotionally accept things from people that add to the balance of your life, or add to the appropriate or favorable balance of your life. So, Virgo, what I find very interesting about your spread here is that the Seven of Cups, right, is representative of Mercury. And the Two of Pentacles is representative of, or represents Jupiter and Capricorn. Now, what's interesting about that is that the Seven of Cups, like I said, Mercury, and Mercury is your ruler in terms of the zodiac sign of Virgo. And then Jupiter and Capricorn is when we take an approach to we take an approach to expanding our consciousness regarding getting serious about applying those aspects to our life and how they're going to yield good results and put us in a better and favorable and viable position. So with all that being said, that's what I feel is going on for you, is that you, and then the King of Tides here, King of Cups, is representative of Cancer, which is home, family, relationships a little bit as well. So all in all, I just feel, Virgo, that during this time, you may be, like I said, confused, or you may be applying new things to your life, and you now need to emotionally understand why you're doing it and why they're happening, and understand your emotional approach to these new ideas or ideals that you are going to apply to your life, really. So I feel like when you make them and when you decide to take them on, really emotionally understand why you're doing it. Let's not take out or miss the emotional aspect of it. But since the King of Tides here in the center is upright, I feel like you're doing it correctly, you know? Or maybe this is something that you may need to work on. Or, okay, I just picked up master. Maybe you need to master this, you know, everything that I said, Virgo. But whatever it may be, your cards are upright. So think you're good. It's just, don't disregard your emotions right now regarding these new ideals, and let's not compartmentalize them, you know. And with Capricorn being there with Jupiter with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like, you know, and just your sign in general, Virgo, I feel like we, meaning me, I'm a Virgo sun, we tend to compartmentalize emotions, or we do the whole, we think they're inconvenient, or there's a time and place for emotions, which kind of is, and even me saying that, you know, alludes to how earth signs think. But just all in all, Virgo, we need to be careful with that, you know, understand why we're emotionally doing the things that we're doing, so that therefore when we apply them to our lives, they end up being a conviction. All right, Virgo, we'll see ya, and don't compartmentalize, okay, during this time. All right, we'll see ya. Libra, scales. Alrighty. Libra, very interesting here. You got the Four of Wands. The Four of Fire is the same thing as Four of Wands, just different name. But yeah, you got the Four of Wands in reverse twice in two different decks. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, not crazy like it's bad, just crazy like how that happened, you know, out of all 78 cards in each damn deck. Right. So, Libra, the Queen of Cups is representative of Scorpio, and the Four of Wands is Venus. So, extremely interesting that you have Venus, and, you know, your sign's ruled by Venus twice, you know, here. And Venus also has to do with love, you know, and Queen of Cups is representative of, you know, emotion and love. There's a lot of synchronicities here, and I'm just feeling, Libra, that you may kind of have or experience during this time that your inner world and outer world is maybe both are unbalanced right now, or that you okay, just picked up, you may, I'm going to use the word obsess, you know, but take it with a grain of salt, of course. You may obsess right now, Libra, over this time about like how to balance your outer and inner world and apply, you know, apply stability to both, which in itself, those, you know, that fact is not, or that venture is not bad. Maybe just the way you're going about it right now, or the emotional approach that you're applying to it, is maybe leading to it becoming a detriment. And maybe because of the okay, I just picked up, because of maybe the obsession, I'm going to say once again, the obsession of wanting to balance both of them and having them both at a perfect balance is, it's interesting that I say perfect too, is maybe not working for you, because I feel like the outside and the inner emotional world will never ever be balanced, you know? I mean, if we can achieve it, great, wonderful, but Normally it can't be balanced. And it's, like I said, it's interesting that I said perfect because, you know, your neighbor sign is Virgo. And then your sign, you know, is emblematic of balance. So I feel like maybe look at Virgo's spread or listen to Virgo's reading spread here. And maybe see if that kind of shines or sheds some light upon what you're currently going through. Okay, I just picked up too that maybe, you know, you had to experience a shakeup regarding your outer and inner world. And when that happens, it then kind of puts you in a position to have to review both. And maybe through that review or through those reviews, you then can see that maybe there are some people in your outer world that should not be there, which also may negatively affect your inner world and vice versa, you know? About the inner and outer. But I feel that you are trying to approach the inner and outer world, or inner and outer success, I want to say too. I'm kind of getting that. Appropriately, you're trying to do it with emotional integrity. But I'm just feeling that there's a transformation that has to do with that. There's something here that has to do with that for sure, Libra. So, I mean, I think that during this time, I mean, the advice that I can maybe give you, or we, you know, me and my spiritual team upstairs, is just take life on life's terms sort of right now. And then also just remember or keep in mind that this is going to solidify your emotional integrity and emotional standpoint regarding any approach or avenue as to which you go down. And as a closing message, maybe listen to or take into account Pisces. I don't know why. I mean, because there's a fish inside of the little, you know, little bowl or contraption that the Queen of Cups is carrying. I also picked up too, maybe view or review you know, every sign has, you know, its pros and cons, but maybe review or look at the pros and cons, specifically maybe the cons of the sign of Pisces. And maybe that may shed some light or give you some answers regarding how to go about this situation that you're currently experiencing. All right, Libra. Okay. This is all a lesson, and it sucks, but we find out what the lesson is at the damn end. But all right, Libra, stay emotionally strong and sound, and you should be all right. All right, we'll see ya. Scorpio, YOLO. All right, Scorpio, interesting here. Okay, so like I told Libra, each card within the tarot deck has, you know, either a zodiac sign, or it's emblematic of a zodiac sign or a planet or a sign in a planet. You know, or a planet in a sign. Anyway, the Devil card here is representative of Capricorn, so Saturn. And the Seven of Swords is representative of the Moon, which is Cancer. And the Four of Wands here is representative of Venus. So what's interesting here is that we have Capricorn with the Devil card, and then we also have Cancer, so because the Moon, you know, Cancer that's on the Seven of Swords here. So Capricorn and Cancer are opposite signs or opposing signs. And then we have Venus right in the center, reversed, you know, with the Four of Wands or the Four of Fire. So, and on me saying this, Scorpio, there's something here that has to do with how to emotionally approach situations with, how to appropriately approach situations, Scorpio, that have to do with putting your foot down and freely loving someone. There's something there that has to do with that. And I'm feeling as though that maybe right now or during this time, you may feel like you can't, people aren't taking you serious right now. Or you're finding that there's a difficulty in appropriately or successfully having or successfully letting people know exactly who you are and making sure that they understand who you are, but yet not have them have any emotional disregard for you or for the aspects that you put your foot down for. I hope I'm making sense. There's something here that has to do with like restriction and freedom, because Cancer is not really freedom too much, but I'm just feeling like that's kind of where it's going here a little bit. Just Scorpio, and I feel like, yeah, like you can't apply this right now and it's really shaking you up. Some of the ways that you're going about this, I feel, is it's kind of it's coming or getting thrown back into your face, or it's turning into negativity, and therefore you are feeling like you're not successful right now in whatever or however this resonates with you regarding your unique situations and circumstances. I also just picked up too, Scorpio, that maybe right now you're feeling also like, yeah, like people don't understand you, or people are robbing you of something. They're robbing you of success. I'm kind of feeling that as well. So, Scorpio, you may kind of, for some of you that are married or are in a serious committed relationship, like, I mean, yeah, like maybe living with each other, you know, or something like that. There's confusion here upon should you feel or be controlled by this person or people, and should you allow them to put you under that duress or control? You know what I mean? And I don't want to sound control. It's more of like, you know, should you take what they need and what they want into consideration? And in doing so, does that rob you of something that is vital for you? I'm kind of picking up communication. Maybe that robbing of the communication. Yeah. Scorpio, I'm sorry. I'm kind of like all over the place a little bit here with what's going on here, because I'm feeling like I'm picking up on the energy, like, you know, in terms of it's up in the air right now. And if you haven't, or as a collective, you know, Scorpio, the sign of Scorpio hasn't figured out what the next step is or what the hell's going on. I'm feeling like I you know, that kind of leaves me in a position where I can't really say or pick up what's going on as well, since it's the collective energy regarding Scorpio. But yeah, I mean, just look at what's going on. Pay attention, I want to say, to people's intentions when they're around you and when they're not around you. And be careful with compromising yourself during this time. And really just understand why certain people are there, and what purpose do they serve. And I don't want you to look at purpose as being like they're only there for one specific reason, or that you want something out of it. It's just, do they add to your life? Do they positively add to your life, or do they negatively add to your life? And when you weigh that out, I feel like you may kind of assist yourself in coming up with a viable solution to whatever it is that you're experiencing during this time. All right, Scorpio, be very discerning during this time, and be very discerning and be very discerning and be very critical in your understanding of situations and people that you surround or place yourself in. All right, Scorpio, we'll see you. Sagittarius, the Archer. Righty. So, since this full moon is in your sign, you were the first sign that I popped cards out for. And shoot, look at you. Damn. You got the Four of Wands upright, the Queen of Gardens or the Queen of Pentacles upright, and the King of Wands upright, huh? This is like really positive. I mean, shoot, you can do bad all on your own, huh? Just kidding. But yeah, seriously, Sagittarius, damn, this is super positive. I mean, not only, Sag, are you approaching certain situations, you know, with integrity and courage, you know, to accomplish what it is that you need or feel like you want to accomplish, but I feel as though too, like, you are maintaining that as well. Like, you are walking during this time with integrity. You're walking with, it's even funny. I'm staring at the Queen of Gardens here in the center. She's just walking. Look at her. She's like, I got all these damn aminos all around me. I got my little flower in my hand, and I'm looking forward, girl. I ain't looking back. You know, like that kind of thing. Like, she looks real confident, you know. But anyway, yeah, you're walking with integrity. You are not only achieving, but you're also maintaining. I mean, shit, that's pretty good, you know. And not only are you doing this, or you are embodying these traits successfully, but you're also seeing how they are working and showing success within your actions and within your everyday life. So that's pretty good. I'm feeling also too that you are really, during this time, you know what you want, and you are also not allowing other people to compromise you. You're not allowing any crap to come your way that can throw you off of your course, that can throw you off of your streak here. But I'm also getting that it's not negative. Like, you're not being arrogant about it. You're not being disrespectful about it. Like, you just, you know, you're like the Queen of Gardens here in the center. You're like, if it doesn't, I just picked up, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. That's kind of what I just picked up right now. But yeah, like her in the center there, you're just walking. You're like, whatever. Yeah. I mean, it's really, really positive here. The King of Wands is representative of Aries. Also, the Queen of Gardens, or Queen of Pentacles, is representative of Aquarius. And the Four of Wands is Venus. So yeah, like, I feel as though too that, you know, during this time, you are, you're breaking paradigms for yourself, I feel, regarding outdated or unviable ideas about life. You know, and you're approaching things with like an I am type of manner, which I said, but I feel it's not negative. You know, you're doing this, you're standing up for your shit and what you believe in, and you're going forward with it. Like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you walk away, it's because you have a reason for it. You know, like that kind of thing. Like, even how I said that was very assertive, you know, in a very assertive manner. And it's great. It's really working for you, Sagittarius. Congratulations. It's a really good spread here. Like, and it was the first one I pulled. Damn it. Anyway, I feel like your, you know, reading here, your messages are going to be kind of short because, I mean, damn, you got it all figured out. But yeah, keep up with this, you know, with this sort of inertia. And yeah, you're doing pretty good. I'm picking up birds are going to be very important during this time, and also butterflies. If you see a bird or a butterfly, specifically maybe butterflies more, but I just picked up anything with wings, but whatever. Yeah, peonies as well. I might pick that up too right now. But to stay on track, butterflies. If you see butterflies during this time, you may see the same kind, type, or species of butterfly. Look up. If you see a butterfly, you know, do the best you can, but try and look up what type of butterfly they are, and look up maybe these spiritual meanings or aspects. I just picked up too, if there's nothing on that specific butterfly, then look up the spiritual meanings of colors, and then apply that understanding to the colors of the butterflies, and what the butterfly just means in general regarding in a spiritual sense. So yeah, keep up the great work, Sagittarius, and you know, tell people what they need to hear regarding how to treat you and how to respect you, you know? All right, Sag, you can do bad all on your own. You should put that on a damn shirt. But okay, we'll see ya. Capricorn. This you go. Okay, what's interesting here, Capricorn, is that you have the Ace of Wands upright, and then you have the Ace of Fire, which is the same thing, Ace of Wands, in reverse here. Interesting. That's very interesting. The Ace of Fire in the center was popped out first, and then the Ace of Wands was third, because then was second was the Nine of Wands. The Ace of Wands, Capricorn, is representative of the season of autumn, and the Nine of Wands is representative of the moon. So I want to say there's something here that has to do with like an idea you came up with, or with an approach to something regarding your creativity or approach to something. maybe last autumn that you were unsure of, or I just picked up that you kind of knew, or you kind of knew that wasn't a great idea to do or to approach, and then where you found yourself ended up proving to yourself that it wasn't the right approach, something like that. Or maybe I just picked up too that maybe you did something that yielded the results that were opposite, or the results were, okay, let me clear this up, Capricorn. Something that you did or you have done in last autumn ended up being that the results were in opposition to your intent. That's what I'm getting here. Review last autumn maybe, and you may be able to correct that during this time. I'm feeling like there's something that has to do with emotion as well. Yeah, like I just picked up defending yourself regarding your actions and your intentions. Not just last autumn, but just, during this time. There's something here. Yeah, it's... Okay, I just picked up too that maybe during this time or last autumn that you did what you had to do, even though people may have not liked it or saw that it was, or in their opinion, it was unscrupulous. That makes sense? Unscrupulous meaning that it wasn't appropriate. It wasn't, correct. But unscrupulous has more to do with your morals and your ethics. So I want to say that, maybe someone during this time, or people during this time or last autumn, had to do with, you did what you had to do, but people thought that it was the wrong way to do it or the wrong thing to do at that time. And you may have lost people within that, circumstance or situation, but those people who didn't see the bigger picture don't need to be in your life, and that's okay. Shoot, that's all right. But during this time, don't feel the need to have to defend your actions and what you choose to do, given that they're appropriate to you, You don't need to explain yourself to every single person. I mean, we always want to give people somewhat of an understanding and some closure, but just don't feel the need to have to always completely defend what you're doing or your actions that you take, because that's what you chose to do. No one needs to question you about that, especially if it's appropriate, like you didn't hurt anyone in the long run, or that's not your intention. Like, just, you don't need to explain your ways during this time. That's what I'm picking up. Some of you may be experiencing having to plan or go to funerals during this time. I don't know why I got that right now, but if so, sorry for your loss. I'm feeling like flowers during this time are also going to be very important. The types of flowers that you plant or that you're around or that you see, very important. And look up the spiritual meaning or just the meaning of that flower. I also just picked up the state as well. You may be trying to decide which state to move to, and therefore if you keep seeing certain flowers or you're attracted to certain flowers, look up the state that flower is representative of. I don't know, I just picked that up. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, but like I said, just there's no need to explain yourself during this time, Capricorn. I mean, you're going to do what you need to do, and that's that. Hey. All right, Capricorn, we'll see ya, and keep everything I said in mind. Oh yeah, Capricorn, before I let you go, I want to mention something too, that when I was, shuffling for your spread here to pop the cards out, there was a lot of activity going on in my kitchen, where I was doing it, or there was a lot of loved ones around me, a lot of spirit was around me. Like I literally felt them rush in like 7 at a time, and then I think I counted 13 at the end. I didn't really want to tune into a lot of it because I was focused on, picking up the collective consciousness regarding, your sign. But I feel as though that what I wrote down was you may be getting visited during this time from loved ones who have passed over, or you may find things or see things or hear things or smell things related to them. So I don't want to, scare you or anything, but just I just picked up too, you may be reminded by like, you may find something that you've lost that reminds you of a loved one. I feel, Cap, that Spirit and your loved ones are trying to help you during this time. And I also feel that maybe you may feel the energy and it may overwhelm you on a subconscious level. And then you may find yourself kind of anxious this month. And you just don't know when you have those random kind of moments of anxiousness. So just, yeah, I just thought I would let you know that. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, they rushed and I literally had to like look behind me and tell everyone, I'm like, back up. This is too much energy. Like, it was evident that, you know, there were a lot of entities. I hate to say entities, but, you know, a lot was visiting me during that time. And I was like, damn, guys, I'm just pulling 3 damn cards. But, you know, everything that I get is important. And I would like to reveal that to you or give that to you. So, all right, Capricorn, we'll let you go. All right, we'll see you. Aquarius, the water bearer. All right, so during this time or this cycle, Aquarius, there's something here that has to do with feeling jaded or feeling, I don't want to use the word compromise. Well, maybe that could be a latent consequence, but I just feel like being jaded, being, not feeling heard. There you go. Like, not feeling, like your opinion is taken into consideration or mattered by a second party. So the Page of Swords, Aquarius, is representative of Taurus, and the Devil card obviously is Capricorn, and the Tower there in the center is Mars. So I want to say that, like, there's something here that has to do with your value systems, you know, like how you see things, what you appreciate, and these value systems that are in question here, you view them as like very important or pivotal pieces of your life, you know, like you really base them like regarding life and death type of thing. I just picked up take it to your grave type of thing. I don't know, but anyway, I'm kind of feeling like you may find yourself during this time very maybe emotionally like kind of irate or very emotionally misunderstood. I feel like your actions during this time may kind of be forced, you know, they may kind of be a little bit they may be detrimental, I feel, to your life, or they may cause you may find yourself in situations, you know, where like the he said, she said type of thing, and then you may react in a very kind of inappropriate way, or your anger may get the best of you during these actions. Information may be coming in from unreliable sources, you know, and it may directly have an impact upon your emotions, which then leads to like anger, which then may lead to, you know, acting upon those angry thoughts, you know. And through these, you know, if and when this were to occur for you, for who this resonates for, you may find yourself kind of, after these acts, you may kind of find that you didn't realize that you were capable of that, whatever that may be, or that you didn't realize that you had that anger in you, or those resentment, those things that, or that type of resentment within you. There's definitely a change here. There's an inevitable change that's coming up. And, you know, as I said in the intro, I don't want, you know, anything that I say to sway you or install maybe like some type of fear in you or worry within you or apprehension, you know, but there, excuse me. There's definitely something here regarding like information coming in from unreliable sources, you know, that we necessarily can't really trust. So therefore, why would we get upset over, you know, situations or people or information that's coming through that doesn't hold any value in itself, you know? And you may feel like it's threatening your security, you know, or your way of living, or your chances at success. Yeah, I guess the best advice, Aquarius, I can give for you right now is just be careful with the type of communication that comes in, the people that you hang around with, the influence or influential type of people or situations that can present themselves that may veer you or steer you in the wrong direction regarding how you handle things. With this Tower card here, I just feel like whatever transpires or happens, you know, I just kind of feel like if and when it does, you know, anything happens, I just kind of feel that, you know, look at the situation. Like I believe I told Cancer, look at the situation, listen to the Cancer reading, that may help, may shed some light. But like I told Cancer, just look at things from a position or from a spiritual perspective or point of view regarding like what can I learn or what have I learned from this versus what happened or where, you know, or how you reacted to it. Just look at it like what's the learning lesson or the turning point regarding the lesson within your circumstances, you know. All right, Aquarius. I just picked up too as the last message. Be mindful of your patience during this time as well. Alrighty? All right, Aquarius, we'll see ya. Pisces, my double fish. Interesting that I say double. I'll let you know in a little bit. But yeah, Pisces. You know what's crazy? Was when I was shuffling your cards, right? And ready to pop out the spread for you. I noticed, I just left in a glance at the bottom of the deck before I started popping out cards, that I saw the Temperance card, right? And I was like, or at least I got the message that that card was going to pop out, right? And I'm like, whatever. So I was like, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. It'll pop out. So I'm over there, you know, shuffling more and then, you know, picking up on energy, blah, blah, blah. And then I started shuffling, right? And it took a little bit for a card to pop out. And then all of a sudden, a card popped out and it falls on the floor face down. And I'm like, no. And I look and I turn it over and it's a Temperance card. I was laughing my ass off, right? I was like, oh my God, what the freak? Anyway, so yeah, that was interesting. I wanted to let you know that. And also why I said it's interesting that I say double fish is because the Lovers and the Two of Swords both have to do with double, two, you know? And also the Lovers has to do with Gemini, so Mercury. And the Two of Swords also have to do with the Moon in Libra. And then Temperance is Sagittarius, so Jupiter. In me saying all that, I kind of feel like maybe during this time it's important to look at situations like what good can come from them, regardless of the, you know, the dynamics of that circumstance. It's also very important during this time for you to have patience and to also kind of have an optimistic outlook upon all areas of life. You may find yourself kind of making the wrong decisions, or maybe not making the right decisions, and then kind of looking or realizing that it's put you in a position that you necessarily didn't want to be in because making the wrong decision, if that makes sense. Also kind of, I'm picking up too, like making a decision that puts you in a position that making a decision that you thought was correct, and then it ends up putting you in a position that was not correct or was unfavorable. I don't know, I'm kind of seeing that. There's even look, two girls on the swing there. There's something here that has to do with double. So I just picked up, take a second look at situations, and also take a second look at your decisions. I'm not saying going around questioning yourself, but just take a look at that. Maybe your other fish is coming out this month or during this time, and you may find yourself kind of making irrational decisions. Yeah, just look at the good that is in every situation, and also look at the good in yourself and the good in other people that you come in contact with or you're involved with. Also the circumstances. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what it is. And I feel as though that you'll learn a lot or something about yourself. You may learn a lot of patience during this time. You may also learn a lot about the impact that little decisions or small situations that you would deem as unnecessary or deem as no big deals, how even those circumstances and the decisions that you make because of them, how they can impact your life, Like I just picked up the little quote, how you do anything is how you'll do everything, I'll just keep that in mind during this time. But, okay, Pisces, take a second look. That keeps coming up. Double check. All right, Pisces, we'll see ya.